Hi guys, so ever since I put out a tutorial for this Griffin luxury quilted purse card dies, I've just been having different ideas and wanting to play with them here, and I don't even know, this was the auto ship. I ordered mine on auto ship, so this is obviously the first iteration. Well, I don't know if that's obvious, but it is the first iteration, and the other one should be coming out soon, I would think, because I think the last time I put a video out on this was 3 months ago. So yeah, it's been a while. So hopefully the new one's coming soon. But today I want to make it look like what you just saw in the thumbnail there. Little summary. I do have some like vacation topper things from Griffin that I had for a minute that I think would be cute. Or like, I'm sure I have like my diamond press like palm leaves, and I know I have things like that from Hunky Dory from Crafter's Companion. I mean, I have lots of like palms and fun things like that, but either way, we're gonna try to make it look a little rattan, a little like wicker basket, I don't know, something like that, like a beach purse, even though it is a fancy purse, but I think it'll work out. It'll be cute. And this is still available on HSN, so I'll go ahead and link it in the description box. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. And speaking of those, I know a lot of times people want to use my links, so they say, oh, I didn't see that if you had it for that item. You don't have to have a specific link. Whenever I have them always in the description box, I always have generic links like to Spellbinders, to Tonic UK, to Spellbinders UK, to art impressions or whatever. That generic link will do the same. So whatever you pick up while you're there, it'll still be credited to my affiliate link, you know. Sometimes I'll have very specific ones for like this item, and it'll go right to that item, so that's there for to help you out to find it, right? So it's great when I can have a specific link, but you don't have to wait for that exact link for it to work. You can just use the generic ones that I always have in my videos. So thanks for using them, and thanks for asking about that and all that good stuff. So what I want to do is, let's go ahead and make it a 3D item. You know, it's my favorite. I mean, well, I guess we could make it a purse. I made it a 3D item last time because that's my favorite thing. I think that's how I generally will use these dies. But at the same time, no, we're gonna make it 3D. It's just a hinge, you guys. You just cut that piece and you glue it on, and you glue the two sides together. So we're making a 3D item. And last time I showed you guys, what I did was I used this gusset area, but then I cut it here. Actually, it's not even a gusset. It's in so that you can't open it once it's closed up. It's just closed. So what I did was I cut it so that at least you can have a little space to put things in. And at that time, I had also mentioned that you could also just use this bottom piece and run it up the sides. You might have to cut it down because I don't know. Well, actually, let me see. Yeah, it's a little tall, so we'll just cut this down, but we'll just make it like a box that is this wide. You can also make your own sides. I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but last time, like I said, I used this piece and I cut it here so that you can still kind of open the purse and stick things in there. But today we'll use this, and it'll just be like a little thicker, let me see, roughly 1 1/3 inch or so thick 3D box or gift box. So what I'm going to do is grab some papers, and I'm just kind of debating with myself what I want to do. I want this to be probably a dark brown because that would be nice. I've had purses in the past that were just made of like a rattan look or straw look, and this was like a wood color, you know. So let's do a wood color with that, a lighter color with this background piece. And last time I did have a little issue with these guys lining up. As you run them through your machines, you know, sometimes these guys spread or move or whatever, and hopefully it'll still line up for you pretty well. But we'll do that, so we'll have those pieces, obviously. We're going to use this piece, and we're going to use these guys. And, I mean, you can definitely just use these and run through some pattern paper, and there you have your purse, you know, front and back, so you're going to need one for the front, one for the back. But I am going to go ahead and try to find some papers in my stash. I don't know if I want to do like a craft card. I feel like craft cards might be a little too dark. So I think I'm just gonna use like a creamy color, and then want a background piece that's like gold or like, or then the craft card, or like brown, maybe craft card, huh? All right, let me grab some different colors, very neutral colors, and we'll get started with that, and then we'll just decorate it with whatever, you know, bits that we have in our stash. So I'll be right back. So I was looking for a craft cardstock, but then I saw this Dune, my Spellbinders Dune. This is such a pretty color. And then I was thinking latte would be really nice too, that newer, soft, kind of suede brown they came out with. So let me see. Because that cream color I have is from, I believe it's Michael's. It's a little more yellow than creamy. was not my favorite cream. I like the heavyweight, extra heavyweight, probably from Hobby Lobby. It's a little more creamy than it is yellow. I don't know if you can see that. It's very yellow, maybe more in real life. What I'm thinking is maybe we do this one on the top, you know, because I like that darker, and then this light color coming through. It's probably better. So I'm going to run through and grab 2 of those, right? We need one for the front, one for the back. And then I'll also run this through with the inlay. And if you need to emboss, you know, go ahead and do that. I might run this through the Walmart machine that I still have here. I kept it, you guys. I have way too many machines, I know, and it's here. So what am I going to do? Just to see about the embossing, see if it does a good job with the one pass. We'll see. So I'm going to tape that down, obviously. Run it through twice, so we have 2 of those. For the handle, okay, let's see. We'll talk about that piece in a minute. Again, I want this beautiful dark brown. This is, I believe, Mahogany, I want to say it's called, from Spellbinders. I don't 100% remember, but see how it's so dark brown that it's almost like a purple? It's really, really nice. So we need 2 of those, run through, and, you know, if you want to do the embossing, you know, run it through to get your embossing, of course. And then, this is the tough part. What do I want with this? I was going to use the same background color, and I'll probably still do that because I don't really want this brown to match this brown. And then, so I'll run through 2 of the cream also of the handle, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I want to try this out. Since this is, actually, I'm going to cut these side gussets. Again, they're not really gussets. We might bend, like put a little score mark in them. Why not? We'll see. But, for the sides and the bottom, sorry, I totally forgot about those pieces. I'm going to use the same beautiful like Dune color. That way that coordinates with the outer portion of my purse, okay? So I'll be right back. I can't convince anyone of anything, but I did run this through without any kind of shim or anything. Obviously, it's just what it is, and it did the embossing really nicely in one pass. Because again, you are cutting into the magnetic mat with this one. The whole issue for me with this Walmart machine is that it does not have refill plates. So you just, I have no idea. Maybe one day they will. Or maybe the magic mat that they have like on scrapbook.com might work. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's starting to get obviously a little funky here, but not bad. Again, it's a self-healing mat, and that's why it's not just like cutting into something where it's going to start shredding. So anyway, all right, I'll keep working. In case you're curious of how it comes out on this, I can hear emergency vehicle, so I was waiting, and then it kept going, and then stopping and going. I just ran that through, and not the greatest embossing, but it's there. But it cut really cleanly, so there you go. One pass. All right, I'll be back. There were pieces, and I cut them all in that machine, and here we are. So let's just glue these guys together. And I'm just gluing them straight down, and let's see how much variation we got and how it die cut. Oh, how funny, I missed a little piece right there. I must have put it on the very edge of my paper, but check that out. Now, like I said last time, I don't remember what machine I used. I might have used a combination of machines, and that happens. This was like wonky, and I wish, where's my little example? It's here somewhere. I know I have my little person here somewhere. But, so I just did my best when I glued it down to just kind of split the difference of how wonky it had gotten. But this is perfect, so that's good. All right, that's a plus for that little machine. Again, I have a whole tutorial or review of it. They actually have a ton of views, so obviously people were interested in that. Yeah, tens of thousands of views from a few weeks ago, so that's good. Along with that Dollar Tree stamp video. Interesting video, just the comments I get on that one. Because, again, people assume it's me that I don't know how to stamp instead of just assuming that it's a Dollar Tree stamp set that's not very good. So it just makes me laugh. I'm like, why would you assume that's me? But, you know, whatever. Let's put this on here. And, I mean, this, I'm really impressed with that. Let's see if this one had any variation. And I suppose if you do have some kind of wonkiness, and what I mean is sometimes, again, the dies will stretch, especially on like border dies or dies where they're really thin, maybe slimline envelope dies. You know, it's just a large area that's just this thin die, and sometimes they get like warp, they kind of squish out. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm sure if you've been paper crafting, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. Those are perfect. Great. Yeah, last time I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to do a little something. Now, I didn't want to cut into another beautiful piece of Spellbinders paper just to get another side piece, so I'm gonna put these on the side and I'm gonna use this cream color at the bottom. So I'm not too afraid of that. Just, you know, again, I just ran this through the machine and the pressure gave me all my little score lines and everything, and even the embossed edges right around the die. Anna Griffin does this a lot with her dies, so it's really close to your score line, so just be careful. This is the score line, not like the little area around where the die was, right? So it's embossing this, but you just want to fold on those lines there. I'm gonna go ahead and fold this right now, even though we don't quite need it yet, but again, when you go to do it, you know, because those other score lines are so close there, those embossing lines, it just wants to kind of fold in that area too, so just be careful. Oops, not good. And I usually don't use a bone folder, but I will because, again, those lines are right there and just kind of scary. So I was kind of thinking about this. I had mentioned this in that first video that you can use the same bottom for the sides. And if I'm going to go cut this down, and if we just put them together like this, there's going to be a gap here, right? Just a hole, basically. I mean, it doesn't have to be. Obviously, you're going to put your purse down in there. But you can make yourself some glue tabs if you want, so whatever you were gonna cut off, you can leave as glue tab instead. So let's think about that for a moment, but we'll get there when we get there. So these are my two sides. I'm not using them quite yet. And, you know, we want to make it a nice finished project that doesn't look like we just came up with something else, you know, I don't know, that's well done. So these guys, yeah, these even, look at that, perfect. All right. And if you do want more embossing with a machine that's kind of basic like that one, because it doesn't have like a rubber embossing mat, right? I think it only had a mat for if you're doing embossing folders. Just run it through with an extra piece of paper, like a piece of typing paper, or yes, I'm that old. Printer paper is what we call it nowadays, Vianney. Printer paper, and let that run through also. And if that gives you enough, great. If not, maybe a little bit of a lightweight cardstock, run it through also, so you have your cardstock, lightweight cardstock, and then the die pushing into them, because that just gives it a little more oomph, a little like shim basically, even though it's just another piece of paper that's going to get cut through, is what I would do. Okay, so that looks perfect. Oh my gosh, look how cute already. Very stylish, even without having like a feel of a rattan bag or something, a beach bag kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down over here, and I'll be right back. Pieces together. So what we're gonna do is maybe some measuring, maybe with a ruler, just to see how deep we want our sides to be. Now I do like sometimes leaving a little bit at the top, you know, just kind of, or you can line it right up to the top. So let's see, very top to the base. This is 4, and see, it's not the most perfect number, but let's say, okay, let's say we leave ourselves a little space at the top and make it a nice even number. Let's say 4 inches. That'd be better, just so we have a number that we're gonna do. And these guys are 5 inches tall. So let's say 4 inches, and we're gonna make ourselves a glue tab. So I'm gonna take both of these guys, and I'm just making this up on the fly, so hopefully this works out. We want the 4 inches tall with roughly a 1/4 inch. Let's see how big these glue tabs are. These are probably more like 1/2 inch, huh? Okay, so if these are 5 inches tall, and that's 4, let's do 4.5. Okay. And I'm just cutting one side off. Now you can definitely use this for the glue tab. Actually, you can just score there and then tuck that in, you know, cut this away. But we're gonna make up our own. So this will be the top part that we see, so it looks nice and finished up here, right? And then down here we're gonna do a little scoring, and I don't even know that we have to get this technical, guys, but that's what I'm doing. And we could have just not even cut anything off and just scored and made a huge glue tab, right? If you don't want to do any cutting, but let's go here. And I said we're gonna have a 1/2 inch glue tab, so at 4 inches, score line. And this is already scored for us in this other direction, so what I'm gonna do is just, you know what I'm saying, the score line's already there from our die, because we need to score that. So for right now, I'm just going to cut towards that score line, and on this other side also towards the score line that we created, plus the score line that's already there from the die, right? We're making our own little nicely done glue tab to help us out. And from there to there. And I'll do the same thing with the other one. We'll score them in just a minute, but it looks something like this. So again, we cut it at 4.5 inches. We're scoring at 4 inches. And then all we're doing is cutting away a little nice looking glue tab right to the score line from the die and the score line that we created. And that is that. Let me throw away these little bits and I'll be right back. Okay, so scoring. We just made our own score line, which is really nice and easy to get to because we just made that without having those other score lines from the die. Again, something like that. And like this. And I'll score the second one exactly the same way. You can get rid of this little extra bit. Nip it away, I suppose. Ah! There we go. Something like that. We'll tuck that away. Alright, so we have that. And I'll score this one the exact same way, and we'll put this all together and then decorate. I am so excited. I think I really like the gusset, right? The other one. Well, I guess we're here talking. Might as well just fold this. But again, it glues your bag together. So unless you put like Velcro or something, or maybe repositionable glue, it's, you know, it's just what it is. It looks cute. It's a 3D item, but it's not like functional. This way you can actually put stuff in it and it's going to be very cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is the other thing. It is rounded on the bottom. Obviously this is squared off and that's something we contended with last time also. I'm not too concerned. And let's put this guy together. So we can start off with this bottom piece. And I did use, obviously this is the same as this, but this is going to be a different color. I'm still going to glue on the inside because I don't want it to show on this underside. So all we're going to do is glue these guys together and kind of having putting some thought into it, because when we glue this, like I said, this is rounded and this is flat. I'm going to see where it best lines up that I don't see the little lines on the outside. Like out here, do I see the corner, right? See how that corner is there? Which is the biggest deal, but you know, it is there. So a little bit of corner there. I don't see it here, so I'm happy with that. That's fine. I'm gonna let this set up just a little bit. Actually, this just needs to be picked up a little bit, and then that should get out of the way. There we go. And then we'll glue down our second piece in just a second. So for right now, we just have it like this. With like, I don't know, a 1/16th, maybe a little bit bigger than a 1/16th of an inch lip there. Wait for the next piece, and this one I just eyeball. I'm sure there's a way you can probably come up with to lay this down and say, okay, it's exactly the same. I'm just eyeballing again where those little edges aren't showing, and then I'll turn it over after a few seconds to see if we're about straight, you know. Nope, we are not straight at all, see? But again, that's why I gave myself a few seconds to be able to still move it and see about how deep this side is compared to the other side. It can come up a little bit. And of course you can also stand it up and see kind of where you're at. It's not the biggest deal. If it's like this, it's going to be like this, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. As long as you're not way off, like a 1/4 inch and then this one's an 1/8 or whatever. I think we're good. Okay. And I'm just gonna let that glue, and actually you can lay the whole thing out flat at this point. Okay, let's let that set up and I'll be right back. So funny, I'm editing another video and kind of going back and forth, and I was just like, oh, this is interesting because I don't have anything gold on here or anything. It's very plain, right? Cute, but you know me, I usually go with something gold, but we will see about our decorative pieces. So I'm gonna put a little glue, and we're basically going for this junction here. Just make sure this is ready. And so as I place it, I just place it around the edge, and divoting it in that little kind of space for the glue tab really helped, because we're gonna put this on here and then we want it to fit nicely, obviously. And I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit. Obviously right on the edge. That's what I'm looking at to see that I'm at the score line, right? And I'll do the same thing on this opposite side. So again, that's what it's looking like out here and here. So we're just gonna glue our tabs on the long sides and bring them up like this. So I suppose you can do one side and then the other, whatever, you know, makes you happy. So that's easiest, of course. And again, I will use a wet glue. If you're new to my channel, just know that I'll use double-sided glues here and there, but very seldomly, because unless you rip this, it's not going to come apart. So I'm not looking at what I'm doing here, guys, sorry. Anyway, so I'll say you can bring up both of the same side, and I'm going to pop this here, and I know that's hard to see. And I'm just kind of eyeballing that we're right up the side. Oh my goodness. It's like a little cigar box. How slow. Oh, what if we use it for something like that? That'd be cute. Anyway, I just want to show you. I'm just lining it up on the very edge on both sides. Right? And since I laid it down this way, I can put my hand in there and just make sure everything's making good contact. And I'll be right back once that's set up. And then we'll just put glue on these sides and glue that down too. Okay, so glue while it's facing me. And the other one, I don't know why I was putting it on upside down. And this is going to make a sturdy little box. And I'm just going to glue that down again, lining it up on the edge, lining this one up right against that edge also. I'm just going to hold it for a second. I'm only using my pointer fingers. Index fingers here. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of reach in there and make sure we're making contact all the way to the back. I just have my hand spread out like this so it's touching, you know, both tabs. And then when I come back, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of these guys because I like that. If you want to glue it straight down, of course, but I like it having a little dimension. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back just of this part right here and right here. And here and here. I'm just wondering how many of y'all thought I'd forget to put the dimensionals on it. Or they take the carriers off when I came back because I always say, I'll be right back and I'll put dimensionals on and then I forget and I do it with y'all. But there you go. So again, a nice sized box. A gift bag. How cute would that be to have like a little party, a pool party or something, or if you know someone's going away for a vacation for a while or something, I don't know. It's just a little over 4¼ inches tall and 5 inches wide, and then the space in here is almost 1½ inches. I was going to mention, oh, when I cut these guys, you can get 2 of these panels on an 8½ by 11 piece of paper on the length, lengthwise. You can get both of them and you still have like an extra inch, which basically makes sense because it's 5 inches, so 10 inches, and you have a little bit of an inch, and then you still have the rest of your paper that you can use for something else. If you cut it this way, you know, with the 8½ inches, you're just gonna have this weird scrap, so you might as well do it the long way, this way, doubled up, and you have your paper. Okay, the one I messed up, let's not use that one in the front. So this is gonna be the front of my purse, and I'm just eyeballing where this can go. Kind of looking, what I'm doing is looking at this, I want it up a little bit, and then left and right in between those first little lines there. And again, dimensionals are on there. Look at that, so cute. And when you turn it over, I mean, I try to line these guys up, but last time I tried to line them up, and I think I did an okay job of it. Was not the best job. They were still, like one was higher than the other, you can tell. That looks pretty good. It might be a little bit higher up than I would like. Bring that down and bring this one down. Just a little bit. Last time they were kind of closer together so I could see better. This time they have that 1½ inch gap, so not the biggest deal. Look how cute! And you can put plenty of stuff in there, of course. Still stands up, it's very cute. And alright, well, let's put some decoration on the front of this guy. Look how adorable. You can even still put like a little handkerchief tied around there. That'd be really adorable. Or like if you have some fabric, which I have tons of fabric, make yourself like some little strips that look like scarves. How cute would that be? I'll be right back. Goodness, these are labeled so nicely. Like if it's on this side, I usually try to keep my things like this, my Anna Griffin stuff, so I just read the labels. Vintage travel card toppers. Now, this is not available on HSN. Truth be told, I haven't checked Anna's site, but I don't feel like I've seen them in a long time. And I had bought 2 bundles because I liked it so much when it came in. So, as you can see, I've used it before. It's all messed with. So, you know, your friendship is my daily getaway. Aw, that is cute. Have smile will travel. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Basically, it was to make cards. I mean, you have the whole card topper. Oh, and even had adhesive. That's nice. And so I'll just go through this. I mean, you know, I might not even use like this kind of thing. How cute. A little tag. I mean, there's just, oh goodness, lots of ways to build this up. So let me see what I have here. I know this has some, oh yeah, I was gonna say it has florals. I mean, we will see. And man, I sure left this all kind of all out. Lots of stuff. I mean, we have like little postcard looking things or like images, postcards. How cute is that? Oh my goodness, I wasn't going to try to do overboard, but you know what? We might need to. I like the way that looks already. Gold items, that's kind of what I was looking for. Huh. All right, well, let me play a little bit and we have bows. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache for some reason. Okay, I was liking the look of the palm trees, right? So let me play with this a little bit. It'll probably be very similar to what you're looking at right now, and I will be right back. It's lots of stuff. I am in love with this. This is very cute. So I'm going to stick this down the way we see it. And just under here. Oh, I have some stuff falling over there. I like the way this is. I know it's delicate, but I think we're going to go ahead and glue that here, and then a little glue over here wherever it might touch. I was going to put dimensionals, but you know what? If it just holds on to there, that'd be good too. So let's just do that. And since this is a 3D item, it's not like I have to stay within these boundaries, right? Let's get some dimensionals on the back of this. And I guess that's going to be it. So I'll glue this one down pretty much how I'm seeing it here. I didn't want to cover up too much, but you know, it's what it is. Okay, put dimensionals on this and I'll be right back. Just taking those guys off of this and have our little hat. So cute. Again, super functional. I mean, it can hold lots of fun things. I mean, if you're using this to give people, you know, fun items, you can definitely pop some nice ephemera and cute things in there. And that is that for today. How funny. Thanks for watching, guys. I just was having a hankering to make something like this, and I think it turned out exactly what I was thinking. How cute. Oh, I did mention that maybe if you wanted to put score lines. Now, it's not as easy as you think. You're like, oh, I'll just put a score line down the center. Well, not really, because, oh, see, I already bent that. But you still need like a triangle kind of score line here. Now, you can definitely do the math for it, or just kind of bend it, but you can also just put a score line that goes maybe a little more than halfway down, and that way you can still give it a squeeze. I mean, I could do it right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do it since I didn't do it before. Just put one, and it'll help you kind of squeeze it, right? Instead of just kind of organically doing that and smashing it in a weird way, or creasing it in a weird way. Just do a score line, maybe do there, and it'll still help you with like a little bit of a gusseting. So, all right, guys, well, thanks for watching. I hope that gave you another idea on how to use this awesome set. I just love it. It's so cute. I'll have images coming up, and I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now. This piece of sticker ephemera, whatever it is, but how cute would that be to actually put some twine and have it on there? You're my favorite travel buddy, like if you're going on vacation with a friend, or, you know, whoever, significant other, and that'd be really cute, just a little something, a little gift. Anyway, super cute. All right, guys, bye now.